We are at McKee Farms Park in center Fitchburg, one of the most busy parks in all of Dane County. And partially that's because of everything that's here, all of the wonderful amenities that are here. We have behind us Kids Crossing, the very large children's playground, very interactive between a lot of places to hide and run and jump, and jungle gym and swings and all that. And it's great place for kids, great place for families. You'll see people walking their dogs around even today out in the cold. And then right next to us is the beautiful splash pad that the Fitchburg Optimists built back in 2013. And we had this piece of land back here that for all practical purposes was used for parking during Fitchburg days. And that was the main use of this piece of land in this gorgeous park. So, Julia came to me a few years ago, Alder Julio Radafrada, and was talking about building an all-inclusive playground. So a playground for kids of all abilities, where they could play with their family, with their friends. A lot of families have maybe one or two children or a parent with disabilities, but the rest of the family has full abilities. And so to have a facility that's for everyone, that isn't just for a child with developmental issues, a child with some physical limitations, but for the whole family to enjoy. And so that's a new trend in playgrounds, is that we're really trying to build something that everyone can use. Not every child can use a slide. Not every child can use a regular swing set. But everything behind me here is something that every family can use. And we're really looking forward to having a place that families can come play together with their friends. It's not it's not their playground, it's a playground for everyone. So.
Okay, this idea came about in 2018, talking to one of the Fitchburg business that they work with kids with disability here. It's communication innovation or CI therapies. And I asked a question to the owner that she also lives in Fitchburg, Amanda, and I say, Amanda, where do the kids with disability play in Fitchburg? And she said, we don't have a place because we have the Kid Crossing, but it's not suitable for kids with wheelchair or other physical disability. And I was surprised because I said, wow. And then I said, how many kids with physical or other type of disability are here in the city of Fitchburg or surrounding area? And she gave me like a number that I will never forget. She told me around 700 kids that they are seeing in the clinic here in Fitchburg, that they are kids from the city of Fitchburg or Verona, Brooklyn, Oregon. And I say, oh my Lord, and my other question that I ask is, where we do have this called dream parks. This is what they call this park, dream parks, in other part of the city. And they say, yes, there is a park that was built in one of the school, the Madison School District in the east side at that moment in 2018. But we don't have anything close in this area. So, and I was shocking because I said, wow. And then I said, okay, and the question was, let's build it. So at that time, Mayor Gonzalez was I talked to Mayor Gonzalez, was the mayor for the city, and I said, Jason, what do you think about, putting a resolution and bring this idea to talk to the park commission first to see what they think. And I said, okay, so, and this is how we started. We started with we went to park commission and we explained that, we have this idea. We don't have this park in the city or surrounding municipality. We want to, how we can make this happen. So the council at that moment decided that it should be like a private and public partnership, like the city, allocate half of the funding, and then we need to fundraise the rest of the money. So this is how we started in 2018-19, and then everything was going great until COVID happened, and then we had to, put a hold on some of these projects. But we continue working, meeting monthly with a team, and it was incredible that some of the Fitchburg businesses donated money, some of them big money, and a lot of residents and neighbors. I'm working with the Optimist Club and with Jake Johnson was another great partnership that they are very involved with the fundraising part of the park, and so this is how everything happened.
Another partner I really want to thank is Oak Bank. Oak Bank came forward with a very large contribution recently. So we'll be recognizing both CI and Oak with a large boulder. I still got to determine where the boulder is going to be that we put their logos on. And then of course, all the folks with Fitchburg Optimists. We put in a lot of legwork doing fundraisers and had a bowling tournament and raised a bunch of money for this. And then we had a budget item for a bench that we were going to buy originally for the park, and so we rolled that into it. So between the Fitchburg Optimists and CI Technologies and Oak Bank, we basically came up with about $80,000. And then we kind of had an ask in the community and raised another $6,000 from that.
So the other key element of this park is because it's located in a community park, this is open to everyone in the city and surrounding municipality, and this is why we were able to allocate some funds for this park, because we can use fund dedication fee in community parks for new project or new equipment or new feature in a park, and this is fit perfectly. So I am also part of the Parks Commission, and I think the City of Fitchburg from now on, when we build and design parks, we need to do it in mind how we make our parks connected and inclusive. And this is something that we need to start being more intentional in building this park in the future. We have a lot of new parks in the city that, yes, sometimes people are going to say it's more expensive, because to put this type of surface here, it costs like 2 or 3 times more than put mulch. But the idea, okay, how we can make all our parks more inclusive and connected to the trail bikes or the other paths in the city.
So basically this is a swing, but it's a swing that can be utilized in multiple ways. You'll see it's got padding around it. Typically kids will sit on it. It can be partners or alone. And then this entire surface is going to be poured rubber. So it's going to be a really, really friendly surface for playgrounds. Grippy, resistant to falls, one of the best surfaces you can have in a playground. So this is just a swing that families can use together. You'll see it's padded around the outside. You got a merry-go-round, an accessible merry-go-round. This is going to be at grade. So in a wheelchair, you can roll right onto this and you can play. And there's handles, and it obviously goes around. Very fun for kids. We have some musical amenities back over here. A lot of therapy uses of the park include audio and visual, and so there's some of that. You'll see there's a ramp here where someone could just wheel right up, and this is called, I believe, the Rockin' Coaster. I'll go show you that because it's really cool. So this is where someone in a wheelchair, or maybe someone who uses crutches, or a combination. There's benches in there of people with mobility issues and not, who can go up there and basically be rocking on the coaster. So one of the other really cool things is how connected this is. So you'll see we're right on the northern side of McKee Farms Park with the splash pad over to my right, and we connected everything with multi-use trails. So there's no limitations where our splash pad, which is an accessible facility, people with the walker, people with the chair could come through the splash pad and come right over to the accessible playground without anything in their way. And then you'll see there's a sidewalk going around the whole thing. There will be some benches in here, and our goal is to build some shade structures too, so there's a little respite from the sun. Council recently approved some additional funding for a drinking fountain. So when you're playing outside and you are exercising in the warm Wisconsin weather, having water on site really makes it more usable to families and to kids. Then they can play longer. And we have, of course, we got changing rooms and bathrooms right over at the splash pad that are just all accessible via the trail. People don't have to go out into the lot to go back in, which is really a big safety feature.
I would like to thank you, the city staff, especially the park department, the Optimist Club, Jake, and his team, people from Communication Innovation, CI, and all the residents and donors that they are supporting, and we will need more support. So this is not the end. We will need more support. Once the park is fully functional, we are going to be able to, I think, to showcase the park to future donors. But I would like to say thank you, gracias, to everyone that participated in this project.